Welcome back, everyone, to another Rocket League, tournament here. Today's matchup is Retro Ramz Team 1 versus the Beattie Lambda High School. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, so we will just call it Lambda for now. And already we have a goal from Meliodas King straight into the back of the net. 4 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. We have Meliodas, a world favorite here. This Retro Ramz Team 1 is a very hard team, being number 5 in the nation right now. So the Lambdas will have to put up a great fight here. And already a kickoff goal, bringing the score to 0-2. Chris with a nice kickoff, but it gets passed to Hexitl. Meliodas trying to do something with the ball, just barely misses it, and it goes back to the side of Lamb. Meliodas trying to do something, just barely hits crossbar off of a flip reset. Ball gets past the Blurry, back to Crisp. Crisp, it goes over Crisp. Meliodas King trying to read the opponent while is dangerously close to the Retro Ramz net. Meliodas King staying back, waiting for Blurry to do something here. Blurry misses the open net, hitting it over. Chris passing it back to Meliodas. Meliodas with no boost. Messes up the flip reset, and it goes back into the possession of the blue team. Blurry Exotic passing it to Crisp. Crisp getting bumped heavily. They are trying to apply a lot of pressure here, and it appears it is kind of working. But the blue team's defense is just immense right now. They are not letting anything else get through. Chris staying back, trying to watch the play. Blurry hitting it up, then getting demoed. Back into possession of Meliodas. Chris from Meliodas goes up. Kind of a fake there. And it goes into the goal. A nice shot there by Meliodas King. Don't know where Chris was going with that one, but the defense does crumble, leaving the score 3-0. This one feels like a very fast-paced game. Or just a little. Meliodas all the way back in the opponent's side of the field, trying to get back as quick as possible. Blurry staying front post. Or half-field. Trying to pass to Meliodas. Can he get the shot off? Hits the post. Gets passed back towards him, and he scores. The defense here for the blue team is kind of crumbling. They had a free escape, and they chose to pass it back. The score is 4-0. With 2 minutes and 47 seconds, with 40 seconds left. There is still time for the blue team to come back here. They have the opportunity, and they have the chance. As you can see here, it does not go in the net though. Does get passed back by the Retro Ramz, it appears. Hexitl gets it through all three defenders. And it was going up, and Blurry Exotic proceeded to hit it down, and the blue team capitalized on that, making the score 1-4. On kickoff, the ball is in possession of the Retro Ramz, but now in possession of Lamb. Ball's in the air. Meliodas trying to see what he can do here. He gets demoed, leaving it all up to Chris and Blurry. Crisp getting a failed reset, taking it past the defender. Trying to go for a pass, but he misses the ball, leaving Blurry to go for a 50, and Meliodas to be there waiting. He also gets 50, and the ball gets passed back to the sidewall. Meliodas, with no boost, lets the ball go out. And the score here, ball goes over one defender, and the other defender with no boost misses the ball, leaving it open net for Crisp, making the score 1-5 in favor of the Retro Ramz. With a 1 minute and 38 left on the clock, is there anything the blue team can do? They have to try. Crisp trying to do something with the ball, but it does get 50'd by Hexadol. Meliodas taking it to the wall, but gets demoed, leaving an open net for Blurry, it seems. So Meliodas gets demoed here. Yep, and Hexadol just could not reach the ball in time, leaving the open net for Blurry to just slot it top left. The score being 1-6. Blue team needs to keep up their defense, but also needs to apply more pressure on their offense. Almost a whiff there, which could have led to a goal. And Crisp too far back to even make it to this ball. A very nice shot by Bunky Mubble. Crisp with 6-2 in a minute 30 on the clock, a minute 3 on the clock. There's still more than enough time for this team to come back. Ball staying on the Retro Ramz side of the field. Getting past the Blurry, trying to see if he can get it back to the other side. He does, but just did not have the boost to keep up with the ball. Meliodas trying to go for something here. Fails the reset, but Blurry is there to score. A decent pass there from off of a failed reset. The reset fakes Hexadol, and D-Shadow just was not fast enough to beat Blurry. Score being 2-7 in favor of the Retro Ramz. 28 seconds left on the clock. Is there anything the blue team can do here to potentially make a comeback? If they want to, they'd have to score right here, and it almost happened. Unfortunately, hitting post, just barely missing. Crisp looking to go for a pass, gets it over one, but it does not connect with Meliodas' car to go in the net. 3 seconds left. The ball is still up. They could at least get one more. Meliodas seemingly hitting it back to his own side. And that is game 1, which goes to Retro Ramz Team 1. So this team is the Retro Ramz is a very hard team to go against. But if the blue team keeps up their defense, they can potentially make a comeback here, or at least score more goals than the Retro Ramz. They need to apply defense and more pressure being applied.
The main question is, will they win the next round?
We just have to find out next time. As the game is getting ready to start here, it does appear that the Retro Ramz have joined the wrong team. As we go into the next game, the blue team does not decide to go for kickoff, instead leaving it to the Retro Ramz with free possession. Might have been a bad idea, but Hexadol does get the 50 off of Chris before he has anything to do anything with the ball. Meliodas going for a reset, but doesn't quite get it. Hits the back post, and Blurry Exotic is there to take the goal. Bunky was just could not get back down there, and D-Shadow was just too slow to reach the ball before Blurry, leaving the score 0-1 in the first few seconds of this match. Meliodas chasing Bunky, seemingly trying to get the ball off of his hands. Crisp hitting the ball downfield, getting it back to the blue team's side. Goes for a flip reset, but it miserably fails. Trying to pass it back to his teammates. Blurry keeping the ball on the opposing team's side. Ball does get hit back to Meliodas though. He goes for a breezy, but it does hit the post of the wall. Fortunately, not going in. is back on the Retro Ramz side, but Crisp hits it back and bumps Hexatool into the ball, which goes into their net. Very, very tragic to see there. Indeed, right here. It needs to happen now because if the Retro Ramz get in the groove of this game, there won't be any stopping them. And on this kickoff, it is back in the hands of Meliodas, one of the most feared players on the Retro Ramz team. Trying to go for a pass, but does not connect with the ball. Crisp with no boost, trying to hit it. Does get close to the net, but it does get countered. The ball getting hit the sidewall. Meliodas trying to see what he can do here. Goes for a little touch, and it does go down the field. Crisp intercepting. Could this be a goal? Goes to the corner. Clear Exotic on the ball. The Retro Ramz are applying a lot of pressure. They kept the ball on the blue team side for a good 30 seconds at least. And Meliodas King almost scoring a... What was this? Let's see what was this in the replay. He almost scored a musty into a double tap from a very hard angle. But Crisp was there to secure the goal, leaving the score 0-3 with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. They have to, in order to make this comeback. Almost a goal there for the Retro Ramz, but it was very heavily defended. D-Shadow, a tiny whiff there, but it does go back to Bunky. Meliodas looks like he didn't go for the shot. The net was pretty open. He goes for a reset into a what looks to be a backflip reset. Gets a pass back to Crisp, and then he takes it back up the wall. But one of the blue team is there. Hexatool, Meliodas, and Blurry Exotic collided there, leaving the net open for Hexatool to slot it away. It looks like Hexatool also hit Meliodas' car. Very tragic. But they do score, leaving the goal to be 1-3 in favor of the Retro Ramz.
How will they bounce back? That's the question.
Just 2 more goals needed, and they could potentially win this match. With many whiffs there, the Retro Ramz do score, making it 1-4. Hexatool was upside down. His teammate just barely missing the ball going over it, and then the other not being there in time, leaving the goal open for Meliodas to easily slot it away. Meliodas trying to go for a pass here. Does hit the bump, but is there anyone to take it? And there is. Crisp is there. Just barely able to slot that away with a pinch into Hexatool, somehow hitting it backwards into the net. The blue team has to step up their defense, and it has to step up their ball control. They're not controlling the ball enough, keeping it closer to them, leaving the net wide open, almost for a shot like that to happen again. And Blurry is just there to slot it away. Meliodas appears to try to go for a double tap, just did not have enough boost, but Blurry was there to secure the goal. How do you feel about this team?
Team needs to step up the game.
And in what way?
Everything?
I feel their defense could use a little bit more work, but the way that they're applying pressure is pretty good right now. They just need to apply a bit more and keep more control of the ball. Meliodas going for the ceiling, hitting a pass to Crisp, but passes back to Meliodas. Hexadol trying to get a pass, but it does go up to Meliodas. But Bunky is just there, hitting it back towards the net of the Retro Ramz. If its teammate was there, it would have been a goal. With 50 seconds left on the clock, can they get a goal here to at least get some points up on the board? Meliodas with a nice 50 there, and Bunky gets it between both defenders for a free open net. Meliodas got the 50, and Blurry just did not reach it in time, leaving Crisp in a bad situation there. Making the score 2-6 with 37 seconds left. They need a miracle here. Blurry trying to go for something. Meliodas trying to go for a musty, but does get intercepted by the blue. Blurry Exotic with no boost. Meliodas, it looks like he went for a flip reset. He carries the ball, gets a flip reset, and he does somehow get a touch there, which goes over two defenders, and Hexatol, which just could not make it in time and hits the ball into their net. 16 seconds left on the clock. Crisp hitting it to the sidewall, and Blurry Exotic unfortunately missing the ball. Hexatol hit it right towards him, and it was just too fast. He could not reach it. With 8 seconds left on the clock, it does not look like the blue team can come back from this. They're trying to control it, hitting Blurry Exotic, delaying the shot even longer, and they do get another score on 0 seconds. Blurry Exotic getting bumped, Meliodas flicking the ball up, Crisp missing, and Blurry Exotic becoming what a seemingly golfing tee for the other team to smack the ball off of his car and into the net. Very tragic indeed, but the Retro Ramz Team 1 do take the second game of this series. With only one more game, or if blue comes back, we will have more games. We'll just have to see with this game right here.
That's game 1 and 2.
It is very close too.
More intense the more they play.
We have seen many games like this before, and going up against Retro Ramz Team 1 is a very strong feat in itself. And they are very much known for their comebacks. So anything can still happen here.
Will they win this round?
The blue team needs to win this round in order to move on to the next seed. Hexatol with a pinch with Crisp off the corner wall right into the net. Crisp trying to control it, but it does go into the net. A very crazy shot there indeed. Making the score 1-0 in these first few seconds of the match. Blurry Exotic getting a kickoff right to the Retro Ramz side of the field. Meliodas trying to control it, getting it to the other team's side of the net, but it does get blocked by Hexatol. Blurry Exotic getting it over two defenders. Can he get the double? He does not. Meliodas passing it to Crisp, but he does get another touch. Can Meliodas save this with 0 boost? He does. Trying to keep the ball away from the opponents. Blurry Exotic gets a touch, getting it to half field. Crisp's up, hitting it to the sidewall with the defender in net. Blurry could not get the ball in time. Crisp controlling the ball, passing it to Meliodas. It does hit the crossbar, but Blurry is there to slot it away, top right. It's just the teamwork here. They're all like in a somewhat good position to, even if the ball miss, can still slot it away. And that's what we just saw here. Blue team will have to step up their offensive game right here. Whenever it's on the Retro Ramz side of the field, they must apply more pressure. But as Blue Exotic tries to go for the ball, is wasting a lot of boost, but it does get past to Crisp, who passes it back, and it pinches, seemingly with Blurry's car and Shadow. Blurry and Bunky Mubble's car into Crisp, which leads to a goal, making the score 2-1 in favor of the Retro Ramz. Bunky Mubble trying to get a kickoff goal here, but does not have the power or the boost to do so. Gets the ball over Blue Exotic, but Meliodas is there to intercept it. Crisp staying behind. Meliodas. What just happened there? Looks like Meliodas went for a backwards breezy, but got it over all three defenders at the same time. And it went in the net, making the score 3-1. Very strong team to go against. This is why Meliodas is the most feared among the Retro Ramz Team 1. Blue Exotic getting it over one opponent. Bunky Mobile trying to do something, but Chris is there to intercept it. Shadow getting intercepted by Blurry, with Meliodas on the goal. Meliodas hitting it back. Crisp with a 50 at midfield. Could have been a dangerous situation there for the Retro Ramz. They are all back. Crisp hitting it to the side wall, trying to do something with this. He does go back down, gets a single touch on the ball, and Meliodas is there, pinches it off the wall, back to the blue team side, and they do collide with each other while Blurry Exotic is there waiting. Hits the post, the crossbar there, seemingly saving the blue team from a potential goal. Crisp trying to do something with the ball here. Goes for a pinch right into Hexadol, who's waiting. Blurry. Hexadol gets it over Blurry, which goes into the hands of Meliodas, who gets it all the way to the other side where Crisp is waiting for the recovery. He hit it off the wall, backflip so he can get another touch, but Crisp was there already waiting in the air. This is the perks of teamwork here in action. It appears the other team does not go for a usual kickoff, but it is kind of working. Leaving the ball on the side of the Retro Ramz. Blue Exotic getting a nice clear. Hitting it all the way across half field. Bunky Mubble with possession. Trying to hit it back to his teammate, but no one's there. Meliodas gets it over one. With possession here of the ball, what will he do? Goes for a reset. It appears Crisp was up, but Blurry was also there to slot it away once again. Appears it was a failed pass there by Crisp. And then with 56 seconds left, they'll need a goal every 10 seconds. Meliodas trying to pass it to Crisp. He's too far. D-Shadow gets a nice clear to the back wall. Ball going past one of the blue team. Meliodas trying to do something here. And he pinch passes into Crisp, leading to a goal. He gets a reset into a pinch, and then Crisp slots it away right behind one of the blue team, who just could not react in time. With 33 seconds on the clock, it is becoming more and more unlikely that this miracle will happen. Blue Exotic trying to do some fancy moves here on D Shadow. Crisp and Blurry up at the same time, both missing. Meadow hitting it back midfield, but it's in possession of Meliodas. With no boost, he tries to do something. Can Crisp hit it? And that is game. Unable to hit that. That is the third match won by the Retro Ramz Team 1. This game was this series was very intense indeed. So Retro Ramz Team 1 takes the win, and that will be the end of this stream. Thank you to everyone that played, and we hope you guys enjoy the rest of these streams and series. So, peace. I'm your host, Carnell, and this is Naisha.